Right, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you 3 different ways to actually get your lawn winter ready, because it's what we do now to our lawns which has the biggest impact on how sort of well it survives through the winter, and sort of determines then exactly how much we have to do to it come spring. So let's start off then with cutting your lawn. What we want to aim to do is leave our grass slightly longer than what we've been cutting it for the rest of the year, because a longer grass blade has quite a few different benefits. The first of which is that all these grass blades are a store of energy. So the longer the plant, the more energy that plant actually has. And when we think about how sort of our plants struggle through the winter time, they want to be able to draw on as much of a reserve as they possibly can, and that grass leaf is exactly that reserve. And also as well, the longer the leaf, the stronger the root system. It's less now about the aesthetic of the top of the lawn where the grass leaves are, and it's more about the actual health of the plant below. It's the health of those roots and getting them to go searching for nutrients and goodness to feed the plant and to keep the plant really, really strong. And it's not a set rule for everybody how long to actually cut your grass, but the general rule of thumb is just cut your grass slightly longer than what you've been cutting it for the rest of the year. So this lawn here, been cutting anywhere from sort of 15 to 20 mil this year. So at the moment I'm leaving it between kind of 25, 30 mil. So I've upped it ever so slightly. With a mower like this, you can dial in specifically how many millimeters you're cutting, and some of them measure them in inches, so you can get it really, really precise. If you've got a rotary or even a cylinder where you can't get as precise, then you have to have notches where you can obviously change the height of cut, and it's a case of now maybe upping it 1 notch, possibly even 2, compared to what you've been cutting it at all through the year. And in terms of products that you need to put down, you know, companies will try and sell you pretty much anything and everything to sort of get your lawn winter ready, and that way they kind of make some sales, I guess, whilst times are a little bit slow through the autumn and the winter. But really, something like this is the only product that you really need to apply, and it's liquid iron. I posted a video recently, or a couple, on this channel where I actually taught out the benefits of putting liquid iron down and what it does to your lawn. But in short, it's probably the best thing to put down at this time of year, because it actually strengthens the plant and makes it more resilient. It's kind of the solution to the main problems we're going to get at this time of year. So with us having sort of fairly warmish days now and really cold nights, and we're getting a lot of moisture, it's sort of the perfect breeding ground for disease in our lawns. What liquid iron will do is dehydrate the plant. It'll draw the moisture away from the leaf, making it more resistant to the disease in the first place. With a lawn like this, which doesn't really have any disease at the moment, it's more of a preventative measure. It's a way of sort of stopping the disease from taking hold in the first place. However, if you already have some disease in your lawn, like we do on this front lawn now, and it's more prominent when I get over to this side, that's from the mower by the way, ignore that, but you can see some of these spots here. This is a fungal disease caused from, like I said, the cold nights, the warm days, the moisture that we've got. What the iron's not going to do, it's not going to kill the disease, but it's going to prevent it from spreading any further. So it'll stop the production of those spores, and then that way the lawn's able to recover on its own. And it's a good time of year to apply iron now if you do have disease, because we still have time for lawns to be able to recover before the temperatures get a little bit too low. But what I like most about liquid iron is that it does give your grass a bit of a green up. What it does is promotes the production of chlorophyll in the plants, and that's the thing that gives your grass that nice dark green colour. So although our lawns can struggle through the autumn, through the winter, what it will do is kind of give you a fairly decent aesthetic to an extent, without forcing any growth, because high nitrogen stuff is stuff we want to avoid at the moment, whereas iron, it's going to give us the disease prevention benefits, and it's going to give us the colour that we want without actually forcing unnecessary growth. And the third tip is to aerate your lawn if you haven't already. What aeration is going to do is, first and foremost, get some air down into the soil to re-establish that balance of air, water and solid matter, and it's going to improve the microbial activity. The reason why our grasses thrive so much is because of those microbes in the soil. every time it rains, every time you get on with your lawnmower, you're squeezing air pockets out of your soil, and that's reducing the amount of microbial activity that's taking place in our soils. It's about reducing the amount of dieback we have through the winter. So it'll make the soils healthier, it'll make the plants healthier, but it'll also mean that they get a higher survival rate, meaning that you may not even need to renovate come spring. This was another lawn that we aerated, but what we haven't done is we've not filled the holes with any sand, any organic matter. If I aerate this lawn now at the back end of October, start of November, fill the holes with sand, I'm kind of reducing those aeration benefits. You might see golf courses doing it, you might see sports facilities doing it to theirs, but they're already sandy soils. They're taking sandy cores out, replacing them with sand. They're putting that material down to firm the soil because the ground is used. If your lawn is just something for kind of decoration in your garden, then you don't need to get on with sand. There's a big push for it at the minute, but let's not stress. Let's start keeping lawn care simple. Now, I did say at the start of this video I had 3 tips to get your lawn winter ready, and I've given you those 3. However, I've got a bonus tip, and that is not to compare your lawn to somebody else's. There's so many factors that go into a lawn looking boss, looking not so boss. If I just, take the camera and move further back, it kind of looks a little bit better. If I come in right over the top, you start to see where some of those imperfections are. But again, if we just take that really low angle, go really far back, you can be fooled into thinking that lawns are flawless. And if you go on Instagram, if you go on TikTok, if you go on YouTube, you're going to see plenty of lawns that look like they're absolutely perfect, and they don't need to be. This one up here, again, if getting right over the top of this, is full of worm casts. The colour isn't amazing. I've not pushed it with a high nitrogen fertiliser for the best part of 2 months now. So it's on the sort of preparation stage for winter. It's not about your lawn looking the best. It's about your lawn being the healthiest. So try not to compare your lawn to anybody else's. You might have a different soil type. You might have a different grass species. You might get a different amount of sun. You might have different drainage. Your lawn might be on a slope, which is then going to improve the drainage. So your conditions might be different to someone else's. So do not stress. No matter what happens to your lawn over the next few months now, come spring, we can repair them, we can fix them. I've not renovated either of these lawns in this back garden this year, and all through the year, they're looking absolutely amazing. And I'm telling you now, when we got to February time, March time last year, they were looking a little bit ropey, and without any overseeding, without any scarification, any renovation, they bounced back, they looked boss, and they were arguably the best lawns that I've had so far, and I did less to them than I've ever done to them before. So if you want to stick around on this channel and check out any more content that makes lawn care really, really simple, then check out some more of my videos. And yeah, finally, thanks for watching.